So what's good, TMG fam? It's your boy L, and I'm back with another reaction. How y'all feel? Welcome back to the channel. Salute. Hey, listen, I'm not a hunter, right? I don't go hunting, but I ain't gonna lie, man. These trail cams and different things like that, I'm thinking about. I don't know why. That's not what they're only used for, but I know the people I know use them to capture like deer, show them where deer may possibly be, did any deer come in the area, right? So I know I'm not a hunter, but I'm thinking of some other purposes these trail cams can be used for. And I don't know, y'all got me hooked. Y'all got me intrigued. I'm interested in them, and I definitely want to see another video with them in there with some other things that could possibly catch. You know what I mean? Like, we got something going on in our neighborhood, and yeah, I'm thinking about getting one to capture this little something. You know what I'm saying? I'm on it though. Y'all really got me on it. So we back with another one. This is a trail cam captures what no one was supposed to see. No one was supposed to see. All right. So listen, if you're new to the channel, man, hit the subscribe button. Join the fam. And real quick moment of silence for the haters, bro. Gotta acknowledge them haters. Without the haters, where would we be? So let's acknowledge them. That's enough. Now run the likes up. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Let's go.
We'll put up trail cams to capture animals in their natural habitats. Sometimes you find something that's common yet not too often seen. Sometimes, however, the footage is more bizarre than it could ever be imagined. Prepare those eyeballs. You just don't know when a bear could be ready to chase you. You might miss the person levitating in the clearing in the distance. Is that a ghost just hanging out in the forest? Good thing cameras were rolling. It's gonna be a walk to remember. Here are 15 of the weirdest things ever caught on trail cams. Number 15. Bear vs. bike. When you take your bike into the mountains, the terrain is not the only thing you have to worry about. You're in bear country now. This terrifying encounter was filmed from a chairlift at Whitefish in Montana. The stress-inducing footage captured a black bear chasing after a mountain biker as he pedals furiously downhill to escape.
And you taking the trail, he cutting you off. You know what I'm saying? The bear know the shortcut. Smart bear, bro. He cutting you off.
And although a ride like this is a challenge to a mountain biker, as you can see, the bear handles it with no problem. The bike rider had been enjoying the beautiful mountain trails of the Rockies when the animal suddenly hurtled across the low bushes towards him. As he takes a bend in the trail, the bear takes a shortcut across the rough scrub and
exactly, and he moving. You see how fast he moving? I don't know why. You know what I mean? That's why I'm glad I watched some of these videos, bro, because I would be under the assumption, a bear ain't that fast. I can get away from a bear. But no, them bears be moving. They be moving.
Gains ground. It's on. This is a quick reminder that Montana is not Disneyland. However, the cyclist did make it to safety after the video ended with the bear in mid-chase. Montana is home to the largest collection of bears in the United States, but fatal attacks are rare in the region. Over the last 20 years, there have been 2 other incidents. Bears that attack.
That bear was trying to break that streak. I'm telling you.
People usually result from a surprise encounter, or if the bear was defending its young. Maybe this biker gave this bear a scare, and there are some cubs nearby that the animal is trying to protect. Now, let's get ready for today's open discussion. Every generation creates its own monsters. Folk tales tell of witches in the woods. A generation feared Jaws in big bodies of water and Bloody Mary in the mirror. But what about Slenderman? Is that what this trail cam captured in the middle of the night? Slenderman is an urban legend involving a tall, skinny, human-like figure. He appears in places we rarely frequent, abandoned crumbling buildings, deep woods, a playground. He can appear anywhere, really. He's a suburban ghoul with his own history and his own methodology. And, as of late, he's become the object of controversy due to an attack in Wisconsin during which 2 girls stabbed someone in order to appease Slenderman's dark needs. That's the rumor anyway. They make movies about this mysterious being as well. What do you think? And what would you do if you came across this in the dark of night? Comment below using the hashtag #OpenDiscussion. You want to know a little secret? If you smash the like button, subscribe, and click the notification bell, you'll have superpowers for the rest of your life. So what are you waiting for? Time to fly. Number 14, curious lions. This has to be one of the most terrifying
I remember this, and this right here still messes me up.
camping videos ever. It makes you wonder why tents would be considered adequate accommodations in lion country. There's nothing but a little fabric between you and the king of the wild cats. These unhappy campers are surrounded by lions trying to enter their tents to eat them. Not a very pleasant situation, to say the least. So, will a lion typically attack a tent? According to experts, whenever you're camping in an area with lion, a tent is always the best form of shelter. Even though a tarp or hammock could be a lightweight option, a tent provides more protection and is more of a deterrent to animal attacks. Lions will not attack a tent unless there's something seriously wrong, such as injury, disease, or starvation. Curious wildcats are...
See, I hate it when they say lions will not attack a tent. Most people take that and just run with it. They're going to take that and run with it. All right. You heard them go on to say unless. That unless is important.
par for course when you're in the region, so know before you go. Anytime you're camping in a tent, you should take protective measures to ensure that there's nothing at your campsite or in the tent that can attract wildlife. This means you should never store food or anything with a strong scent inside the tent. Curious big cats like this would have no problem tearing it to shreds. Number 13. Ghost Girl. It's the talk of hundreds of people in Cambridge in New York State. Check out this mysterious ghost picture of a little girl deep in the woods caught on camera. Needless to say, the photo of this so-called ghost girl captured on a trail cam has spooked everyone in the region, and it certainly has gotten people talking. The new landowners in Cambridge, New York State had set up the camera in the woods as they were hoping to go hunting, but wanted to check if the area was a popular route for locals first. And they were shocked to discover a grainy picture of what appeared to be a little girl playing in the woods. Local legend states that a little girl, around the same age as the one featured in this photograph, was killed playing on the train tracks that once ran through the area. The president of a local paranormal research said they had experienced a lot of paranormal activity. And what's even crazier is that a ski resort owner has since come forward to say he recognized the picture as his granddaughter. Several factors make the mix of trains and humans very dangerous. Commuter trains travel through densely populated areas at speeds as high as 80 miles an hour. Hopefully the ghost pic is a trick because it looks all too real. Number 12. Bigfoot. Birch Bay is a protected bay of the east shore of the Salish Sea, approximately 100 miles north of Seattle and 35 miles south of Vancouver. And rumor has it that Bigfoot lives here. Is this video the proof that we need? By far the most common evidence presented for the existence of Bigfoot is eyewitness reports. There have been more than 10,000 eyewitness accounts of the creature in the continental United States over the last 50 years. Yet the so-called missing link has managed to stay missing for over a century, evading cryptozoologists and amateur photographers, even into the age of smartphones. But in this footage, it's pretty convincing that whatever walks past this trail cam might not be a human in an animal costume. In most accounts, Bigfoot is usually described as being about 8 to 10 feet tall and covered in hair. And if that's true, then maybe this is it. Folklorists trace the phenomenon of Bigfoot to a combination of factors and sources in the cultures of indigenous people, the European wild man figure, and folk belief among remote communities. However, the majority of mainstream scientists have historically discounted the existence of Bigfoot, considering it to be the result of a combination of folklore and hoax. But whatever this thing is, one thing's clear, it's big and it's hairy. Number 11.
Like, I feel like the girl off a Scary Movie. Remember Scary Movie where she was standing outside the school and the dude was standing up there and he was ready to commit suicide and he was standing up there and he was talking all this trash and she just all of a sudden just go, "What are you waiting for?" I feel like that about Bigfoot. Like, what are you waiting? You know what I mean? I might not want to know the answer to that question, but I just feel like, I don't know, man. I'm not really sold on the whole Bigfoot thing. It could be possible. You know what I mean? Because I always think about gorillas. It just so much resembles just a huge gorilla. So that could be what it is, but I ain't gonna rule out the possibility, but I'm like, what are you waiting for?
Then, deer shows who's boss. What an extraordinary sight caught on camera. Two deer up on their hind legs battling it out. the unusual battle royale
Yo, these be so funny when people do voiceovers to them.
was captured on a trail cam by wildlife officers in Tennessee. The deer, identified as white-tailed bucks, can be seen engaged in a rather vicious fight, hitting at each other with their front hooves. You don't need a huge rack of antlers to show the world who's boss, although most often thought of as forest animals depending on relatively small openings and edges, white-tailed deer can equally adapt themselves to life in more open prairie savanna woodlands. These deer have relatively large antlers in proportion to their body size and large tails. Antlers begin to grow in late spring, covered with a highly vascularized tissue known as velvet. Growing antlers are sensitive, and bucks are very protective of them during this time, choosing instead to spar with their hooves. And some deer just have an attitude, antlers or not. Sometimes these animals will get up on their hind legs and try to intimidate the other deer. Their tempers really all boil down to hormone changes and the occasional battle over food. But no harm done, these deers walk
Sound just like humans. Sound just like us. Hormones and food.
away uninjured. Number 10. Strange lights. It's almost impossible to make out what these lights could be. Doubters online suggest that it's just an insect hovering in front of the trail cam. Others, however, think it could be something else. Something conspiracy theorists and believers love to talk about. Aliens. Do you think this is evidence that we're being visited right now? And that aliens could be among us, hiding in plain sight? Maybe not, but what about flying saucers or strange craft flying above us? Recently, a highly anticipated US government report of UFOs was released. The unclassified report was demanded by Congress after numerous reports from the US military of vehicles seen moving erratically in the sky. Possible explanations include common aerial objects like birds and drones. It could be atmospheric phenomena such as ice crystals. It might also be new developments by the US government or private entities and technologies deployed by foreign adversaries. But with little conclusive evidence to confirm or deny we've had intergalactic visitations, it remains to be seen whether our earthling minds can fathom the possibility. However, we're in a cultural shift where military and political leaders are going from extraterrestrial skeptics to ET curious indeed. Number 9. Alien Hitchhiker. You definitely don't want to come across this on a nice evening motorbike ride with your buddies. Then again, better that than on your own. This chilling footage of the so-called alien hitchhiker has gone very viral. The video emerged after a group of motorcyclists filmed a mysterious figure walking down a poorly lit road in India. It shows the figure emerge from
See, this time of night, yo, dudes would take anything home this time of night. It's some dude to try to take that alien home. Drunk this time of night? Yeah, he might do it.
the dark, illuminated by the front lights of the group's motorcycles. At first glance, UFO enthusiasts have claimed the tall and slender figure appears to resemble a character straight out of a sci-fi movie. And no wonder these bikers seem to approach the figure with some degree of trepidation. At one point towards the end of the brief clip, the figure turns around and looks at the group before continuing down the road and into the darkness. Naturally, the video has sparked a number of bizarre theories, with some claiming it was a ghost and others suggesting it was an alien visitor. The figure looks human enough, however. Its arms are longer than humans, and the whitish figure looks to be wearing a skin-tight outfit, or they're nude. It's a lot to unpack, right? Our advice, stay back and keep filming. You never know when you might come across an alien hitchhiker again, so ride it till the wheels fall off, so they say. Number 8. Headless chicken monster. In truth, it's a swimming sea cucumber, and scientists recently captured a video of this bizarre hen-mimicking swimmer in the Southern Ocean near eastern Antarctica, where it's never been seen before. This so-called monster is a strange, pinkish-red creature with a body like a plump-breasted decapitated chicken, earning the creature the name Headless Chicken Monster. Now, it might look like a headless hen, but we're guessing that it doesn't taste like chicken. On average, they measure between 2 to 8 inches in length. Adult colors can range from dark reddish brown to crimson, though juveniles are typically a paler shade of pink. But unlike most sea cucumbers, the headless chicken monster has fins, which allow it to swim upward to escape predators. While most types of sea cucumbers spend the majority of their time on the seabed, swimming sea cucumbers like the headless chicken monster land only to feed. The unusual creature had been caught on film only once before, in the Gulf of Mexico. But now, researchers can use new camera technology to detect the swimming sea cucumber at a depth of about 9,800 feet below sea level. It really is a monster of the deep, or at least it looks like one. Number 7. Raccoons have no fear. A large raccoon can be one of the meanest, nastiest creatures in the woods. Fearless too, and as you can see, raccoons can cause an immense amount of stress to a deer herd. If you use trail cameras to monitor them, you'll most likely see raccoons frequently visiting the sites where the deer like to hang out. Just like humans, deer exert energy while under stress and during times of high anxiety. It doesn't help that these raccoons are very aggressive towards them and will even run off mature bucks. Antlers and hooves are apparently no match for these foraging bullies. But this buck is determined to prove them otherwise. You can see through the trail cam footage how frustrating it must be for this buck to have to compete with an army of greedy raccoons. It has an impact on the deer too. When antlers are growing during the summer, excess nutrition that isn't utilized by a buck's body systems is directed toward growing antlers. When a buck uses energy stressing over raccoons, there's less left over to be used for growing antlers. And we can't have that. But it doesn't seem to matter to these raccoons. They couldn't care less that this buck is sharing a meal with them. The deer, on the other hand, seems completely over it. Number 6. Jersey Devil. In the East Coast folklore of the United States, the Jersey Devil is a legendary creature said to inhabit the Pine Barrens of South Jersey. The common description is that of a kangaroo-like creature with a horse or goat-like head, leathery bat-like wings, horns, small arms with clawed hands, legs with cloven hooves, and long forked tail. It's reported to move fast and is often described as emanating a high-pitched, blood-curdling scream. One of the first reported sightings was in 1812 when Joseph Bonaparte, Napoleon's older brother, claimed he saw the Jersey Devil while hunting in the area. The Jersey Devil's fame solidified itself in January of 1909 when nearly 1,000 reports came in from eyewitnesses throughout South Jersey claiming they'd seen it. More sightings occurred and the legend grew.
So now when I go to Jersey, not only I got to worry about this, worry about all the violence and the shootings and gangs and different things. Like now I got to worry about this. Come on, man. Like what else can you add to it?
Fueled by random animal attacks, strange footprints, and reports filed by eyewitnesses who supposedly encountered the Jersey Beast, one of the strangest accounts of a Jersey Devil run-in happened in 1927 when a taxi driver in Salem City allegedly encountered it while changing a tire. A winged creature was pounding on the roof of the cab. Guess the Jersey Devil really needed a ride, which is weird since they supposedly fly. Number 5. Zombie Cam. We're thinking that in the event of a zombie apocalypse, it's probably best to get out of the city. However, if this trail cam footage is any indication, it might not be safe there either. Apparently, zombies do not mind walking dead in nature. And no matter what you do, do not go inside that abandoned house in the middle of the forest. There will be zombies there as well. The biggest key to surviving is learning how to scavenge and forage for the things that you need. And if you're in need of a compass, an analog wristwatch will do just as good a job. Simply point the minute hand towards the sun, and halfway between the number 12 and the hour hand will show you where south is. Can a zombie do that? If you're thirsty, a plastic bottle can be used to sterilize drinking water. Simply fill your bottle and leave it out in the sunshine. The sun's UV rays will pass through the water and kill any germs that are in there. And who would you take with you during a zombie apocalypse? Who'd be most useful? Do you know anyone who has the skills to grow their own food? Or someone who's good with their hands, like a carpenter or metal worker? These are the people you need when you're trying to outsmart zombies. Number 4. Wendigo screams. One listen to this scream and you'll want to leave immediately. In fact, in the video capturing the sound of the blood-curdling scream, the person can be heard saying, "I think it's time to go."
Nah, that was torture. That's torture. I know torture. That was torture.
Could this be the legendary Wendigo? It's said to be a malevolent spirit with human-like characteristics, which possess human beings. It's known to invoke feelings of insatiable hunger, the desire to cannibalize other humans, as well as the propensity to commit murder in those that fall under its influence. In indigenous representations, the Wendigo is described as a giant humanoid with a heart of ice. A foul stench or sudden unseasonable chill might precede its approach. Whatever it is, This all sounds bad to us. At the turn of the 20th century, the indigenous tribes blamed many unsolved disappearances of people on Wendigo attacks. As the tale goes, the Wendigo was once a lost hunter whose intense hunger drove him to cannibalism. After feasting on another human's flesh, he transformed into a crazed man-beast, roaming the forest in search of people to eat. However, the exact details vary depending on who you ask. Some people who've claimed to encounter the beast say it's a relative of Bigfoot, but other reports compare the Wendigo to a werewolf, and its scream will send anyone off running. Number 3. Flying Girl. Paranormal levitation is the rising of the human body into the air by mystical means. Do you think it could be real? Those who believe in this kind of thing think the process is caused by supernatural energy, which lifts the person unwillingly into the sky. This so-called paranormal activity was caught on camera by an unexpecting dog walker. While pointing the camera at his dog, Tarzan, we tag along with them as they record something you don't want to see on a relaxing stroll. Even the puppy seems a little nervous and won't respond to the owner's calls. And then we see what looks like a little girl levitating in the snow-covered forest. The man who filmed the footage chases his beloved dog, and he stumbles upon a clearing where this girl, dressed in a red coat, appears to be flying above another person's head. As the man zooms in to capture the action, his dog starts barking. After a closer look, you can see the floating child's breath moving through the freezing air. The passerby is so horrified by the girl's behavior that he even drops his phone. Some people also believe that those who are particularly tapped into the spiritual world have the power to levitate. What? Others say this could be a hoax. Either way, time to go, Tarzan.
What?
Number 2. Kenneth Chase. This is the stuff of horror movies.
All right, they gotta stop showing this one now. All right, man, we done seen it on everybody. Everybody uses this clip on their video, bro. Y'all gotta chill.
These dolls have been attached to trees and...
Oh, I thought that was a different... My bad. Remove that rant from your brain. I thought it was that girl standing at the edge of the forest in that white, like, whatever she was in. My fault.
A wooded area in a Staffordshire forest in England. It's not known where the dolls came from, but the area does look like the set of a horror film. Would you agree? A Ouija board is also located on the floor nearby as well.
What?
Not good. And the person filming was left mystified after finding the creepy collection of baby dolls nailed to trees while exploring the...
That's a sign of a sick mind. Somebody's out there nailing baby dolls to... That's a sick mind, bro.
The infamous Kenneth Chase. And what about this drone footage which reveals a mysterious figure in the brush? Could this be the famous...
This the one I was talking about. Yeah, this the one. My bad. I jumped the gun. So now, yeah, let that rant play back in your head again.
Black-eyed girl of Kenneth Chase? It's been whispered about for decades around these parts, with claims that the forest is haunted by an entity known as the Black-Eyed Child. Cue the drone footage of what appears to be this exact ghost spotted lingering in the trees. Who doesn't love a spooky ghost story, right? Do you think the dolls and the black-eyed girl are connected? Some people think so. Others claim that these black-eyed people make appearances all over the world. There are reports in the US that they go knocking on people's doors. You can apparently hear them screaming in the distance. Whatever it is, we're thinking it's a good idea not to stick around.
True.
Number 1. Stairs to nowhere. Many legendary staircases have a juicy story behind them. The Spanish Steps in Rome, the Loreto Staircase in Santa Fe, and the steps that lead to nowhere in the Winchester Mansion are just a few. However, these strange staircases have also created a buzz across the internet. Are you superstitious? There are many stories about abandoned staircases and...
All I'm gonna say is if you see stairs in the woods, I don't suggest you mess around and, you know what I mean, play around with it. Just, you see it, you acknowledge it, and just bounce the other way. That's what we do. Like, I don't like this phenomenon.
National forests all over the world, like deep in the forest in the middle of nowhere. Just a staircase with no other structure attached to it. Have you ever been out for a walk in the woods and stumbled across a random staircase? Well, according to many people online, if you spot one of these things while enjoying a stroll through woodland or a forest, you should never climb the stairs, no matter what. They can differ wildly in style, age, condition, and design. Often there's no clue as to why they're there, and their isolation only deepens the mystery. There could be many explanations for them, such as remains of forgotten buildings, but there could be more to the story. Some people who have come across unfinished staircases believe that there is something paranormal about them. What have we learned today? When you head out for a walk or a nice drive through the forest, keep those cameras rolling. It might get weird, whatever you capture, but it could be wonderful as well. There's more where that came from. Like and subscribe and stay tuned.
Yeah, stairs in the woods still don't make no sense to me, so I'm not messing with it. Y'all are free to do as you please, but as for me and mine, we see stairs in the woods. We shouldn't even be in the woods, but if it should so happen that we are in the woods for some strange, odd reason, and we see stairs, I'm gone. We gone, bro. We gone. We gone. I just think that's a crazy phenomenon that's out there. Stairs in the woods. It just don't equal good to me at all. Nothing about that screams, oh man, you see stairs in the woods, bro. You need to go play the lottery the next day or something like that. No, it don't say that to me at all. At all. You know what I mean? But y'all get at me in the comment section, man. Let me know what y'all think. And yeah, stick around and stay tuned till next reaction. I'm out. Y'all stay solid.